The journey to becoming the best version of yourself is not a final destination, but an ongoing process of growth, learning, and discipline. This means there is no finish line. There is no point where you can say, okay, I've reached my peak. I don't need to improve anymore. Because the truth is that as long as there is life, there is room for growth. Many people live with the wrong mindset, thinking that personal achievement is like a prize you win once and then put away on a shelf. But it doesn't work that way. You don't become a better version of yourself and stop there. Growth is not an event, it's a lifestyle. You see, everything in nature that stops growing begins to die. A body that stops exercising weakens. A mind that stops learning deteriorates. A company that stops innovating dies. The same goes for you. If you're not growing, you're regressing. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. If you're not challenging yourself, you're settling. And complacency is dangerous because life will not slow down to wait for you to catch up. The world keeps turning. The market keeps evolving. Opportunities keep coming, but only to those who are ready to seize them. That's why you need to understand that improving yourself is not an option, it's a necessity. Now, some people say, but Jim, I've already accomplished so much. I'm already successful. Why do I need to keep growing? And I say, because success today does not guarantee success tomorrow. What got you here will not necessarily get you there. The knowledge you have today may not be enough for the challenges of the future. What works now may not work 5 years from now. So the question is not, am I good enough yet? The question is, how can I be better than I was yesterday? And here's a fundamental principle. Continuous improvement is the secret to an extraordinary life. That means that every day is an opportunity to grow a little bit more, to learn something new, to refine your skills, to improve your character, to strengthen your mindset. Because becoming the best version of yourself isn't a goal you reach and check off your list. It's a daily commitment to your own development. Now, you might be asking yourself, but Jim, isn't that exhausting? And I say, no, it's exciting. Because every time you grow, your life expands. You see more opportunities. You become stronger in the face of challenges. You feel more confident. You become someone who doesn't just survive, but thrives. And here's something powerful for you to ponder. The greatest gift you can give the world is your own evolution. When you grow, you don't just benefit yourself. You inspire your family. You impact your friends. You become a role model in your work. You become a living example of what's possible. And that's something no amount of money can buy. So understand this once and for all. The journey to becoming the best version of yourself never ends. And that's a wonderful thing. Because as long as there is room to grow, there will be new challenges to strengthen you, new opportunities to push you, new experiences to transform you. So make this journey a non-negotiable commitment. Don't settle for what you already are. Go beyond, seek more, expand yourself. Because when you become the best version of yourself, you discover that life has much more to offer than you ever imagined. And here's the truth. That few understand. The world doesn't change to fit you. You have to change to fit the world. This may be hard to accept, but it's reality. Many people spend their lives waiting for circumstances to change, for the economy to improve, for people around them to be more understanding, for challenges to disappear. They live under the illusion that at some point, everything will fall into place perfectly and life will finally be the way they want it to be. But guess what? That's never going to happen. The world doesn't care about what you want. The market doesn't care about what you think is fair. Life won't slow down to give you time to prepare. And do you know why? Because the world moves at its own pace. It has its own rules. It rewards those who adapt and punishes those who resist change. Have you ever seen a river change course because it hits a rock in the path? Number? It simply goes around the rock and keeps flowing. The problem is that many people get stuck complaining about the rock. They spend years fighting reality, insisting that things should be different, waiting for the world to change so that they can take action. But the truth is that the world doesn't adapt to you. You are the one who needs to adapt to the world. Now, this doesn't mean that you should passively accept everything or give up on your dreams. It means that you need to develop the ability to adapt, grow, and grow stronger in the face of challenges. You see, times change, opportunities change, technology changes, the rules of the game change, and those who don't change with it get left behind. History is full of companies that failed because they refused to adapt. Professionals who lost ground because they didn't evolve. People who got stuck in the past because they didn't accept that the world had moved on. And this can happen to anyone who doesn't understand this fundamental truth. Change is inevitable, and the only way to thrive is to become someone who can adapt to it. So here's the big question. Are you resisting the world, or are you adjusting to grow within it? Because if you're waiting for things to change before you start taking action, you're already behind the times. Instead of complaining about the economy, learn how to create value and become indispensable. Instead of getting frustrated with market changes, develop new skills and stay current. Instead of expecting people to treat you a certain way, learn how to deal with different types of people and strengthen your emotional intelligence. Because the truth is this, the world doesn't adjust to you, but those who learn to adjust to the world always find a path to success. So stop fighting reality. Stop wishing things were easier. Instead, become stronger. Adjust, grow, evolve. Many people live their lives waiting for life to get better on its own, for luck to knock on their door, for circumstances to magically change. They wait for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, the nudge of fate. But friends, here's a great truth. If you wait for something outside of you to change so that your life will get better, you'll be waiting forever. Life doesn't work that way. Success, growth, transformation, none of these things happen by accident. Life gets better when you get better. And that's one of the greatest lessons I've learned. For things to change, you have to change. Many people spend their days wishing that everything around them would just fall into place so that they can finally take action. They say, when I have more time, I'll start studying. When the economy improves, I'll invest in my business. When I meet the right person, I'll be happy. When I get a raise, I'll start saving. But here's the problem. If you live your life waiting, you never get started. Life won't give you a warning. Fate will not send you a formal invitation saying, now everything is perfect, you can act. If you want something to change, the change has to start with you. How many years have passed while you put off important decisions? This question can hurt. Because if we're honest, we've all wasted too much time putting off something we knew we should have done. But here's the problem. While you wait, life goes on. Time doesn't negotiate. It doesn't stop to give you an extra chance. It simply passes. And those who don't act, those who wait for the perfect moment, end up looking back and realizing they wasted precious years. And you know what's worse? Opportunities don't come back. That course you wanted to take 5 years ago could have taken you to a new professional level today. That business you hesitated to start could be bearing fruit now. That change in habit you put off could have given you much better health. But you waited, and time passed. Many people live believing that one day everything will fall into place perfectly. They say, when I have more money, I'll start. When I have more time, I'll do it. When I feel ready, I will. But here's the truth. The right time never comes. It doesn't come because you have to create it. Don't wish it were easier. Wish it were better. Don't wish for fewer problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for fewer challenges. Wish for more wisdom. This means that instead of waiting for the world to give you perfect conditions, you need to become the person who can thrive in any condition. Have you ever talked to someone at the end of their life? Do you know what their biggest regret is? It's not what they did. It's what they didn't do. They regret the opportunities they ignored, the risks they didn't take, the changes they put off until it was too late. And I don't want that to happen to you, because one day you'll wake up and realize that time has passed. And then the big question will be, did I live the way I wanted to, or did I just let the years slip through my fingers? If there's one thing I've learned, it's that life moves forward, whether you're prepared or not. Challenges keep coming. The market keeps changing. The world keeps turning. And if you don't keep up, you'll fall behind. People miss opportunities because They weren't ready to seize them. They expected to be more prepared, more confident, more secure. But the truth is that opportunities don't wait for you to be ready. They come to those who are already moving, to those who are growing, to those who are willing to learn along the way. So the question is, are you preparing to seize opportunities, or are you waiting for them to adapt to you? Many people don't make decisions because they're afraid of making mistakes. But let me tell you a secret. Making mistakes is part of the process. If you're waiting to make sure everything will work out before you act, you'll never act. If you don't change who you are, you'll always have what you have. This means that if you want different results, you need to do something different. Want to make more money? Develop new skills. Want to improve your health? Change your habits. Want to grow in life? Expand your mindset. Because the truth is this, life doesn't get better by accident. It gets better by change. Now, stop and think. Where do you want to be in 5 years? If you continue exactly as you are today, will your life be better or worse? Your habits, your choices, your discipline, all of these are leading you to the future you want or to a future that will frustrate you. Because one thing is certain, time will pass. The decision to act, to change, to break free from inertia. If you don't design your own life plan, there's a good chance you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they've planned for you? Not much. This means that if you don't take control of your life, someone else will do it for you. Time won't wait. The world won't adjust to suit you. The only solution is to act. So stop procrastinating. Stop waiting. The best time to start is now. You see, there are two types of people in the world, those who wait and those who make things happen. I know you've seen this story before. Many times you've found yourself in one of these categories, or at least met someone like that. But the truth is that each person's destiny depends on which one they choose to be. Those who wait live a life of constant frustration. They have a dream, a vision, a burning desire, but they prefer to sit still, believing that the world will align for them. They wait for the right time, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for a magical solution that will change everything. They say, when I have more money, when I have more time, when the situation improves, then I'll act. And here's the big mistake these people make. They don't understand that time doesn't wait. And while these people stand still, time passes, opportunities disappear, and their dream disintegrates. Because life won't give you permission to grow. You're the one who has to allow yourself to grow. People who wait have a passive mindset. They get stuck in the idea that they need an external signal, an ideal condition, a change in the environment in order to start taking action. They believe that life must change first, and only then will they be allowed to move. But that's not how it works. Life isn't going to change for you. You are the one who needs to change for life. You can't wait for the world to adjust to you. You have to adjust to the world. The world isn't going to do the work for you. Success isn't going to fall out of the sky. If you're waiting for the perfect opportunity, time will pass, and by the time you finally decide, the chance will be gone. People who make things happen, on the other hand, are the ones who look at the situation, look at the challenges, and say, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to learn what I need to learn. I'm going to become the person I need to be to achieve what I want. They don't wait for the perfect condition. They create the perfect condition. They start with what they have and do the best they can with what they can. They don't wait for external change. They make changes internally. They know that if they want something different, they have to act differently. They are not afraid of failure. They know that in order to grow, they have to make mistakes, learn from them, and move forward. And the most amazing thing of all, these people do not do this expecting immediate rewards. They know that true success comes with time, with constant effort, with discipline and dedication. They understand that the process is as important as the end result. Because here is the reality of life. It is not what you expect that changes your life. It is what you do that transforms your future. So the question is, what kind of person will you choose to be? Will you keep waiting for things to change for you? Or will you start taking action now with what you have, where you are, and create the conditions for change? Because the truth is that the perfect moment never comes. You see, Life doesn't reward those who wait. It rewards those who act. And herein lies the great key to success. The difference between those who achieve great things and those who only dream about them is not how much they have, but how much they are willing to do. No matter what you have or what you have achieved, the true value of life is in what you become. The greatest value in life is not what you get. The greatest value in life is what you become. That's the great lesson. True success is not about trophies or external rewards. It's not about how much money you have in the bank or the things you have achieved. True success is in the person you become as you pursue those goals. You can't wait for success to come to you because it won't. You have to go for it. And you know what the best part is? The path to success, to fulfillment, to true achievement is not in the arrival, but in the process. It's who you become along the way, the skills you develop, the challenges you overcome, and the strength you gain from rising up in the face of hardship. The true value isn't in the ultimate prize. It's in the transformation you experience as you strive for it. Right now, to become the person you want to be, you need to stop waiting for perfect conditions, waiting for more time, waiting for more opportunities. The only thing you need to do now is take action. Action creates movement. Movement creates progress. And progress creates the person you want to be. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the right moment. The right moment is now. If you want to be someone who achieves, who grows, who excels, you need to act like that person now. Because in the end, what you become is what matters most. If you keep waiting, the 5 years will pass, and when you look back, you will see that you are exactly where you started. Time will pass anyway, no matter what you do. And if you don't take action now, if you don't decide to take the first step today, the next few years will be a repetition of what you have experienced so far. You will look back and realize that despite all your dreams, desires, and plans, nothing has changed. And this is not the fault of time, nor of the world around you, nor of the circumstances. It is your fault, because time only moves forward, but it is you who decides what to do with it. Time does not change things for you. You are the one who needs to change. Now, imagine a completely different scenario. If you decide to take action now, 5 years from now, you will be able to look back and see a path of transformation. 5 years from now, you can look back and realize that you are no longer in the same situation. You can look back and see a life in motion, a life of progress, a life of growth. It will be like looking back at a previous version of yourself and seeing that your future was not left to chance, but built with decisions, actions, discipline, and courage. Because, you see, great transformations happen when you decide to stop waiting and start working on your future today. There is no perfect moment when everything will fall into place for you. There is no external condition that will make you grow. What exists is your decision to be better, to change, to act now. 5 years from now, you may look back and see that you started that project you put off for so long. You may look back and realize that you started studying the things you always wanted to learn, that you made the investments that were necessary for your growth, that you formed healthy habits, that you made courageous decisions, that you built a winning mindset, that you became a different person, someone capable of achieving and surpassing your goals. These 5 years that are coming may be the most important of your life, and you have the power to decide today what your future will be like. They can be years of struggle, mistakes, failures, yes, but also of great achievements, acquired wisdom, resilience, continuous learning, and evolution. Think now. Where do you want to be in 5 years? If you keep waiting, the answer is simple: in the same place you are today. But if you take control of your life, if you commit to acting decisively and focused now, in 5 years, you will look back and be amazed at how much you have achieved, because time will pass. It will. Anyway, the only thing you can control is what you do with it. You can choose to keep waiting, or you can start shaping the future you want now. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because while you're waiting, someone else is already taking action. While you're sitting there waiting for an opportunity that never comes, someone else is stepping up and doing what it takes to achieve their goals. While you're waiting for the money to invest, someone else is saving, someone else is making sacrifices, someone else is finding creative ways to grow. While you're waiting for the courage to take the first step, someone else is facing their fears. They're overcoming their challenges and they're moving forward. They're not waiting for a sign. They're not waiting for the perfect situation. They're creating their own opportunity. And what you need to understand is that life doesn't magically get better. There's no magical moment where everything falls into place perfectly for you. There's no fairy godmother who's going to show up and do all the work for you. Number life gets better when you get better. Do you want your life to get better? Then you need to become the person who can create that change. It won't be easy, of course, but that's where the real magic happens. It's not about waiting. It's not about daydreaming. It's not about thinking that one day everything will work out. True transformation comes when you decide to take action and become better. When you decide to stop waiting for external conditions to change and start working on your internal conditions, your mindset, your skills, your character. While you wait, time doesn't stop. And to be quite honest, time won't wait for you. It keeps passing. And your life will continue to follow the same path if you don't take the reins and start changing something now. The future you want is being built by what you do today. So, stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no right moment because the right moment is now. The only thing that is stopping you from moving forward is your own procrastination. It's in your mind, in your perception that you're not ready, that the conditions are not favorable, that you need more time or more resources. But the truth is that you have everything you need right now to start the journey. If you want to grow, if you want to achieve, if you want to improve your life, you won't get there by waiting for permission or the right opportunity. No, you'll get there by taking action. By taking action with what you have, by taking action where you are, by taking action with the resources you have at your disposal right now. The future will be a reflection of your courage to act in the present. And believe me, it won't be easy, but it's worth it. So my final message to you is simple. Stop waiting and start taking action. The only way to change your future is by taking control of your present. No matter how long you wait, change won't happen on its own. Change happens when you decide it's time to be different, to do things differently, to step out of your comfort zone and move towards what really matters. Because when you take control of your present, you take control of your future. Remember this, life doesn't get better by magic. It gets better when you get better. So stop waiting and start taking action now. The future you want won't appear out of thin air. You will create it with your actions today.